Hello and welcome back to our video session on Microsoft Dynamics 365 Customer Engagement. In this video, we're looking at the main components of the platform. This section will give us the understanding of what are the moving parts making the solution and what we can configure and extend to make it relevant to our business needs. So let's get going. Let's take a top-down approach and start our discussion from the functional modules. As you've seen already in the previous video, from the top navigation, we have access to several functional modules. These are groupings of platform elements for a specific business purpose. They are selected and presented to the user in a manner that allows him or her to perform the tasks related to a specific business role. Some of the elements are relevant to multiple functional modules, and thus you might find some overlap of entities across multiple functional modules. One good example is the core account and contact entities. As the entities business revolves around our customers, we find these entities present in all the modules. Note that naming could vary, like for example, the accounts are called customers in the project service module. The core functional modules at the time of this recording include the sales, the service, and the marketing modules, while additional field service and project service automation modules are available to be added. You could add here your own custom functional modules when extending the platform. This is a topic for a future, more detailed course on customization and configuration. But if you want to find out more, you can look at the docs.microsoft.com site. We'll cover more in details the modules concepts in a following section on functional modules. Let's have a quick look at the platform and see where we find these functional modules. If you do not have an environment or trial, follow the instructions in the Create Your First 30-Day Trial section at the beginning of this course. We find the functional modules in the navigation. Expand the default sales menu and you will see that at the very top, the mentioned modules. Clicking any one of them will extend and present you with the elements making up that module. We have, as previously mentioned, the sales module with elements related, the service module, the marketing module, as well as, in this instance, the additional field service and the project service module. The settings navigational element provides the navigation to all configurable elements of the platform. Note that navigation and elements of the platform are security trimmed. So if you are working in an existing environment and you do not see all the modules or the elements of each model, it can be because you do not have permissions to these elements. Drilling one step lower within the functional modules, we have the entities. You can think of entities as separate tables in the database or an Excel spreadsheet. They have several properties, including name, image, color, and area where they appear in the functional module. The configuration includes whether they leverage communication and collaboration features, data services, whether they are available or on non-browser based platforms, and finally, if they have a specific help section associated. The platform supports three main categories of entities. They are system entities. These are entities that participate in the platform's functionality but are not visible and/or customizable. Business entities. These are the entities that you see when you create your new instance. They are provided by the framework, are presented on the user interface, and are customizable. And finally, custom entities. These are entities that are added to your environment through the platform's extensibility. They could be a third-party solution deployed in your environment or the result of your configuration or customization of the platform. We'll be looking at these in more detail in the next section on entities. Let's have a look at the concept of entities in Dynamics. Going to Settings, Solutions, we can open up an existing solution or create a new one. I'm going to open a solution called Packed Demo, which I just created. Within our solution, if we go to Entities, we can look at the entities present in our environment and add them to our solution so we can extend them. Observe the names. Typically, the out-of-the-box platform entities do not have a prefix to the internal name, while custom ones should have the prefix of the ISV. Further to adding existing business entities to your solution, we can go to New and create brand new entities. Observe here the prefix. This prefix is defined by the publisher. As a common practice, every time you build a solution, the publisher should have a prefix set that is specific to your organization. Taking things one step lower, within an entity, we have various types of processes. While they are all categorized together, some function quite differently than others. The business process flow gives the user of the platform a visual representation of where they are in a specific process and guides them through the necessary steps to be performed to complete the work of a specific record. We'll have a more in-depth look at this and the other processes in the next section on entities. The dialog is a process that allows the user to be guided through several steps while collecting free-form information at each step. This is typically used in a call center situation where a script has to be provided for the user to interact with the customer and information is collected at each step. A dialog can branch in different directions based on the information collected at each step. The workflow is a typical background process that executes based on a triggering action and performs a set of functionality. These workflows can be triggered either automatically when an action offered on a record or manually by the user. In addition, they can span over a long period of time through the use of wait conditions and can be configured to run synchronously or asynchronously. More information on this topic is available at docs.microsoft.com. Actions are custom processes allowing us to create specific messages on the platform. They can be used to provide net new functionality to the platform or to group multiple requests into a single one. Actions can be either related to a specific entity or can be defined at a global level. We can leverage these actions to trigger the execution of custom code on the platform. Looking within Dynamics at Processes, within the same solution we've looked at earlier, we go to the Processes tab. Just like we've seen with entities, we can add existing processes to our solution, or we can create new ones. When creating a new process, you must define the entity it's applicable to, as well as the type of process you are building.